can find gold in shit. Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're all well. So I am doing this video in my latest purchase, which if you watched one of my videos from just before Christmas was property number 9 that we exchanged on just before Christmas. And you will see from the picture behind me that this property is not in the best condition. I really wanted to do this video inside this property to really hit home about where the true value is in property deals. Now, as ever, before we get started, I just need you all to do me a huge favor, and that is to smash the like button and don't forget to hit subscribe. So those of you who have been watching the last few videos, I have been uploading them a bit sporadically. They haven't been on the usual time of Friday night, and I apologize for that. But I have found it really difficult to get filming videos in because there has been so many new projects. And this is the completed property number 9 that I mentioned just before Christmas. And in that same video, I talked about why you should buy shit. Now, I don't mean shit deals. I mean properties that look absolutely appalling. Things that look and will turn the standard retail investors or the standard buyers away. And this property is a really good example. So I'm going to be filming in all the different rooms so you can see what I am up against and what I've got to contend with. Now, this property is also the property that I mentioned in my marketing video because it is one of my hidden gems. A great property, a really nice detached building in a secondary location compared to my other student properties. And the student market is so buoyant and so in demand of premium properties that I've been able to rent this just based on the properties that I've already refurbished. But this isn't because there is a lack of supply. I've literally just talked to my roofer. I've met him here on site because we are going through everything on this property, and he is even getting into the game. He's rented his 2-bedroom flat into a 3-bedroom student flat, but he's only just done it, whereas literally all of my properties went just before Christmas, and the only one I had left was this one, which I haven't even started the refurb on. And it is already rented as a 5-bed student house, not all en suites. We're putting 3 bathrooms, and this cupboard behind me is going to be one of the downstairs shower rooms. Now, a lot of you will be asking why I've even decided to take a risk on buying this property and renting it, even though it's in a secondary location. Well, the proof in the pudding is in the eating, as they say, and this property was going to be a great deal regardless of what I decided to do with it. Yes, okay, it's a bit tired. Yes, it needs a bit more work doing to it than we would normally do to a student house. Things like re-roofing, things like a bit of demolition at the back there, and external work like new windows and rendering. It is all going to add up in the cost. But the reason why I was happy to do it, and it doesn't matter if I rent it or sell it, is because of the price that I paid. Now, I paid just under 200,000 for this property, and it is worth all day long 250,000. So I've got it like 50 grand below market value. But more importantly is that I've had my valuation done based on today's purchase price and based on the schedule of works that I've submitted. And the pre-works value, the GDV, has already been documented. I have it in black and white for my refinance at 400,000, which means I can spend money and I can do the work and pull out all of my money and then some and still have a great property to rent. And it is this process and these key triggers and these key numbers that make these properties so viable and such good deals. It isn't the cheapest property to buy. It definitely isn't the best value to deal in terms of how many units or how many rooms I'm going to get out of it. But it's all in the numbers. How much I pay for it, how much I need to spend on it, and what the final value is going to be at the end of it. And how quickly it's all going to take. How quickly am I going to be able to refurbish this? If just one of those things does not add up, it makes the whole deal a lot worse than it actually is. You can buy terraced houses for 50,000 up north. Jesus, I could even buy £50,000 terraces 30 miles away from where I live. But the cost to do the work and the time that it takes versus the final value doesn't make those deals viable. There's not a lot of profit in it. There's not a lot of rental demand in it to be worth my time. And it definitely isn't worth doing a buy, refurbish and refinance. And this is where a lot of property investors go wrong. Even the ones who say that they are really experienced and they have a great business model, and they're even doing projects that they're happy to post about on YouTube or Facebook or on podcasts or in magazines. But at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers and the value and the return on your time. And these sorts of deals, the ones that are on the open market that can be picked up for really good price and give you the opportunity to really deliver a great end result. And by great end result, I don't mean just fancy pictures or something to talk about. I mean something which is worth a lot more than the money and the time that you've put into it. So here we are in my favorite room, a good old-fashioned bathroom suite. Now, what I like about this room is that it is completely tiled floor to ceiling, which is one of the key things that I do. I'm a big believer in putting premium bathrooms in with premium finishes because I think that's one of the key trigger points for my market and what they look for. Unfortunately, this one does not hit the mark. But looking past these sorts of details, and actually where two double rooms can share a nice big bathroom and give two rooms to one bathroom is one of the most important things if you're not doing en suites. Having the setup and the layout already put in place for you is such a great advantage. It's all about path of least resistance. Where have I got to get to? What hurdles have I got to overcome to achieve what I want to achieve? And if one of those things is simply cosmetic, pulling down polystyrene tiles and making it look good, but the layout is fundamentally already there for you, you are going to save an absolute fortune. And that's why I like this property so much, because I could refurbish it and I knew I had a great GDV to play with and I could hit multiple markets without changing the layout. I can literally refurbish this property and rent it to students or sell it as a family house without changing the layout. So to finish on, I thought I would do the last part of the video right next to this front door, which is no longer going to be the front door. It's going to be the corridor between two other bedrooms to what is going to be short term, a really nice student house. I have literally achieved the same value that I do to some of my properties, which are a stone's throw away from the university in a secondary location, based on what I've achieved already in the student market in terms of finish and my promise and guarantee to what we're going to do in this particular property. So those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, do keep an eye out, because I am going to keep this project fully updated with loads and loads of pictures throughout the project as we go through re-roofing it, taking down chimneys, removing some of the extensions, putting brand new windows and doors in, through to the internal refurbishment and some of the amazing finishes that we've got installed for this property. What do you think of it though? Lots and lots of standard little things that you would find in most dated properties in this one. But what has made this property so unique? What has made this a really good deal for me? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Leave me a comment below or feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. But that's it from me. Hope you found the content rich, and I'll catch you all on the next video.